first things you're going to be up for when you get into the sport is having to kit yourself out with the required safety apparel so that you can compete safely. If something does go wrong, you're going to be protected by the gear you have to buy. Now, it is a reasonable expense up front, and you need to factor that in when you're considering starting the sport, that you're going to have a couple of $1,000s worth of expenditure before you can even step into a car. Now, fortunately, this weekend at the Future Auto Rally Experience, we're going to give people a chance to taste what it's like being inside a rally car without having to go to the extent of all the gear. But once you actually start to compete, it is a mandatory requirement controlled by CAMS that you must have the required level of safety equipment. Now, at the outright level, the World Championship guys, that's where they spend an enormous amount of money on the gear. As you get down through the international level to national level to state level and then to clubman level, the requirements are relaxed a little bit because the speeds involved, generally speaking, get a little bit slower as we get further down the field. However, fire is not discriminatory. It will pick on anybody, so we need to be prepared for it. So the very basic things that we need to have as a driver or a navigator come down to a good quality helmet, a driving suit. It's a fireproof suit, generally speaking, minimum of 2 layers. This one is actually a 3-layer suit, so there's 3 layers of protection against a fire. The suit gives me approximately 15 to 20 seconds to be able to get out of the car before the heat and the flames start to affect me. That's how much protection it gives me. In an emergency situation, 15 seconds is a fair bit of time. It doesn't sound like it, but 15 seconds is plenty of time to get away from the flames. Drivers always have to wear gloves. Again, they're a flame-proof glove to protect the hands. Navigators don't have to because their job requires them to write and operate fine buttons and things like that. But if they can, they should wear gloves. Everyone must wear a balaclava underneath their helmet. And the latest innovation is the HANCE device, or forward head restraint, designed to connect to your helmet so that in the instant where you have a frontal collision and a rapid slowdown, your body gets thrown forward. This device, with these tether devices, will actually stop your head moving forward too far to the point where you hyperextend your neck and injure yourself. A fantastic device. I have actually tested it on 3 occasions and they work beautifully. So the expense involved is a little bit prohibitive to start with, but it is important that you do spend the right money on the right equipment. You've heard the old story that if you've got a $10 head, you should buy a $10 helmet. My helmet cost me $1,000, so I think I've got a pretty cool nod. Make sure you get a good quality helmet. There are standards that need to be satisfied in terms of approvals for those helmets, and that's all controlled via CAMS, and that information is available on their websites. Look after the standard or good quality fireproofing gear that you wear in terms of your clothing, your suits, your boots, your gloves, all that sort of thing, because if it does go wrong, you want that stuff there to help you. The cost involved, as I said, you can spend up to $1,000, $1,500 on a helmet. You can normally get a good quality one from around about $600, $700 moving upwards from there. Don't spend anything less. Don't just get a basic motorbike helmet. It won't be up to the job. You want that protection. The suits, you can get a good quality 2-layer from around about $500. Generally speaking, a quality 3-layer, which is going to last for many, many years, is around about $1,200 to $1,500 there for that. Your gloves are around about $200, your boots are around about $200 to $300, and your HANCE device around about $400, $500, $600 there for that. Again, you've got to have all this stuff before you start. It's essential that you get good quality stuff. Look after it, it will last you for years. A lot of my equipment I've had for more than 10 years and it's served its purpose. As I said, I've tested this stuff several times with some fairly big accidents and walked away completely unharmed. That's the whole point of this. We build our cars strong, we wear the right gear. We're in a sport that does have some risks, but we mitigate those risks by putting the right gear on. Don't scrimp, stay safe.